Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era, I think. My name is Emma. Gemini, we're doing it a little bit differently here today. We're focusing on you as a character and a person that you're dealing with and the energies that are coming out around those people. If you recognize yourself in me describing your person or this person that you're dealing with at this time in your life, and you feel like, that person sounds more like me and the other person actually sounds more like them, then feel free to swap the characters around. And if you like this type of reading, if you listen to this and through it all you feel like, yeah, I enjoy this way of reading, please give it a thumbs up, as it helps me a lot to know what you want. And also feel free to subscribe, as it helps me a lot. Okay, Gemini, think of this as 6 weeks into the future, give or take. October, November-ish. You and them, what do we have? Wow. This is you, Gemini, and wow. So Taurus, I had a feeling around Taurus also as doing like a lot of personal growth stuff, as we call it, stuff. 7-7. Awaiting results and choose your battles are coming out as 7-7, but we have choose your battles and well-deserved reward is more coming out together. And I'm going to not read them as like the energies, like just as the cards. I'm going to read these as your character, as who's Gemini at this time. And so awaiting results, this is all about, Gemini, that you have done a remarkable job with yourself to the point that there's probably so much, like, I just see this journey. You come from a quite, sorry for saying this, don't shoot the messenger, but from quite the naive place, I have to say, from not too long ago. It just feels like not too long ago. Not too long ago could mean 2 years, 3 years. Still, so it's not like 2 weeks ago. There's been a journey. There's been expansion. Like, so say 3 years ago, you started quite naively on this journey, and really, whatever happened at that time that made you want to go on more on this journey is like we've now then moved into this very like healing, awakening, recognizing more of who you truly are, all those things, and then now like getting closer to the golden age, like where you fully are stepping into your full potential. I mean, I don't know of anyone, I haven't met anyone, and I don't know of anyone that's live their full potential, like they're really standing in their true power. I think we're just barely scratching the surface, if even that, as human beings, as to what we're possible of, like what are we capable of doing is what I'm trying to say. But you're coming into this place now, you're sitting right in between where like there's a lot of healing that's been made, and you're coming more and more into your like own. And so I see this journey, and this is all about making the adjustment that's needed to maybe, whether that's life that has shown you what you need to change, or whether that has come truly like from within, like you want to change certain things. This is all about shifting your vibration. Look at that, like you're not even standing on the ground. This is roots, like they're just coming up through the body, and it's an anchor. It's like, okay, rather than, and we're talking about Gemini now, so rather than being like all in everywhere all at the same time, having so many things to do, that we have just slowed down, found more of our roots, and started from the beginning. Like, let's start fresh and let's reboot and think about this, like to not just get caught up in life, and made that adjustment. It's like the constant adjustment of vibration. I just feel that you have, and look at that, like the Gemini representation right there. Like you've risen to the occasion of finding out more about who you are, and you've done it beautifully. I'm not saying it hasn't been hard at times, but to even want to go on that journey is just so like kudos to you, really. And we have well-deserved reward. This is like, and that I just feel like right now in your life, I'm not supposed to talk too much about supposed to. I've decided that it's more like about who who your character is right now and the person that you're dealing with, I just have to say this is almost like you need this recognition or confirmation, or I don't even think that you need confirmation right now. I think you probably feel this one. Like if you haven't already started to see it, I mean, I'm doing this reading a couple of days out from the supermoon that was in Aries, and that had me wiped out a couple of days before it and leading up to the full moon really had me wiped out completely. And from the full moon and onwards, it just feels like there's a completely different energy. It's like a fire that has started. So if you haven't seen the changes, the consequences of this growth, and I just have to say also the 2 7s here represent like we're done. We've done all that we can do. Obviously, there's more change always. There's more potential always, but like it's almost like saying, okay, so for if I did a good job with this, I'm gonna reward myself with going on this vacation, or if I did this for 2 days, I'm gonna reward myself with that thing, or like whatever. And it's almost like the universe is saying, like, okay, you have done such a beautiful job up until this point. You can rest now. We now need to reap the rewards of this. We have well-deserved reward. This is like, I see for some of you guys, it's raining opportunities. And the synchronicities are probably through the roof. Like numbers left and right, people showing up exactly when they're supposed to show up. And you didn't even know that they should show up, you know, and how things should just intertwine, how they just move with you at this time. And like I said, if you haven't started to feel this sort of consequence of your work just yet, just sit down for a minute and just wait and see, because it's happening. So there's huge changes going on for you. You probably feel, if you felt really stuck, or if you felt like your old life just doesn't cut it anymore, it just doesn't work for you anymore. This is when Gemini has really made a turnaround, and you have really taken the reins, like you really have taken charge of your life and decided what's gonna happen. And like, good job, really. Okay, who is Gemini dealing with at this time? And dealing with can be like the strongest influence you have in your life, or one of the strongest ones that's going to come through. It can be a friend, it can be a coworker, it can be a family member, it can be a love interest, it can be really anyone. Well, it might be that you don't recognize yourself in this first character description, but this is going to be you, because this is representative of Gemini. So yeah, let's see what this is. This is someone that, the way that you, at least that you view them, is that they really are the creator of their own reality. Wow. Look at the explosion in that energy. Can we get one more? Okay. Wow. Who is this? Third eye chakra. So, look at that. It's like, who's this magician? This is someone that is, they are really steering their own, what do you say, beating to your own drum, whatever you say. They are deciding what's going to happen in their life. They are very like creative. They They know that they're the creator of their own life and their own life experience. They are a firecracker. They are filled with energy. They are, I mean, it feels really solar plexy for me, which is all about like that they feel really powerful and strong and confident in within themselves. And they really know who they are. Someone that comes up with a lot of ideas and is like probably really fun to be around as they have so many ideas and they are super intuitive. Like they could be a medium, they could be a psychic, they could be a healer. Just if they're not sort of, if their profession is not this, they are so empathetic. Like they're such a true empath. They are really sensitive and they have an intuition that just is through the roof. Probably having premonitions about stuff. They will tell you that they had this dream and then the dream will come true later on, or they will sense something, or they will sense you and they will sort of reach out and you will say, I thought about you the second that you thought about me. Things like that. This is wow. I adore this energy. This is like someone that's, they know stuff. Like they're in on it. They understand. They're quite witty. Yeah. I almost don't want to leave this energy because it's so nice to be in this energy. So they are probably really nice to be around. Never a boring time to be around them, or like never, you will never having to, like, if you interact with them, if you engage with them in any type of way, it doesn't matter if it's text or seeing them or talking on the phone or like whatever, having engaged with them just for a brief time, you will never feel like you're lower than you came in. You're either just the same or almost always lifted to a higher place. There's going to be some sort of support or some sort of inspiration there. Okay, interesting. Wow. This might even be a mentor or like a teacher or someone you really look up to as you're going on this journey right now. But it's going to be different for everyone. So, okay. Can we get a little bit more around Gemini here? And if you're this firecracker Gemini, feel free to swap the characters around, like I said. If you feel like, oh my god, you just described me. Okay, more around Gemini, please. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's almost just saying again what I just said. So they really want to emphasize this. What a wonderful job that you've made. The decision, it's almost like there's a point in your life where you just like, okay, enough is enough, or like I'm done, or like I'm gonna change now. This is it. Like I made my decision. I think you almost like have a day or date where that, or like at least it's like, yeah, it was beginning of that year where I started. I just know it. You know, this is because I see this. This is when stuff just does not work anymore. This is when you're at your lowest of low. This probably was not it. This is not now at all, because this is the turning point, is what I'm feeling. It was maybe like a glimmer of hope that sort of kept you alive, and you just decided that whatever path you were on just did not work anymore. So whether that's like, okay, here starts the journey of getting out of this relationship, getting out of this job, changing jobs, getting on a completely new path. However that showed up in your life, it's about you. It's about you on this journey and how you changed. You changed your mind, and therefore everything else around you started to change as well. And here's the prosperity begins. Look at that, like how you started to plant that seed. And I think this is a walnut. And it's interesting because walnuts are said to be like the most, though we have fruits and vegetables that are looking very much the same as the organ in our body, is the most beneficial for that organ, if that makes sense. And the walnut is the best nut for the brain. It looks like a brain. The shell around it. So I just find that there's something with your brain, like you decided something, you thought it out. This is not you didn't sort of just on a, what do you say do you say that in English? Like you slipped on a banana peel? Is that what we say in Swedish? Halka på ett bananskal. Or cruised on a shrimp sandwich. Do you say that in English? Like it wasn't just a happy accident or a coincidence that you started to change this. This is on purpose. You thought it out. There's a thoughting. There's a thoughting seed there. That's what it's called. And we've nurtured it. I can't talk. There's the tree. There's a fruit. The fruit is falling up even. There's no restriction. Prosperity begins. It's like ever since you made that decision, even though everything has not shown you that you're on the right path, because usually it turns out that when you say, okay, from here on out, I want to start to feel really good, or from here on out, I want to really get more money, from here on out, I want to really feel well, then the opposite shows up, right? I want to feel really good. And then the day after is like you barely get out of bed, or you want to get loads more money, and there comes the extra bill that you didn't think about. Anything that's the contrasting energy to really make yourself clear about where you're headed is going to start to show up. So you might not have started, like you said, at this stage, like I want to, from here on out, I want to start to feel better. And it wasn't like you woke up the next day feeling like everything is just peachy from here on out. It might even have gotten worse for a few moments. But the point is, the second you decided, that's when the prosperity began. Like that's when you went on this journey that is now showing you rewards, or will, and if near future, you will see the rewards of this decision that you made at 1, 2, 3 years ago. Nothing bad about you, but I'm happy to revisit the person that you're dealing with, their energy. Can we say, yes, we can. Victory and success, like this dude. Oh my God. And 2 6s. 2 6s, which speaks about love and harmony, balance. I almost feel like the whole deck wants to speak, but I'm going to allow for like one more card. There you go. What in the world? What in the world? I listen a lot to Leanne. That's married to Chuck Morgan. I remember his face because she keeps saying his name. She's so funny. I really adore her. She's so clean and funny. Clean meaning pure. Look at this. 666, you're the devil himself. 666, that speaks for complete freedom, complete love, complete harmony. I mean, this person, a victory and success, material and spiritual prosperity. Who is this? Like they are on a journey of, they're doing something right, for sure. You want to spend as much time around this energy as you can. This is like such a beautiful influence. For some of you guys, this is interesting. This is the first time I've gotten this. That is, this can actually be like I said, Leanne, whatever her, Leanne Morgan then, probably, since she's married to him. Leanne Morgan. Yeah. But this might be a mentor. This might be like someone that you actually don't know. It might be someone, this is maybe for just 1 or 2 people, that the energy that I'm describing and what you get from this energy is actually someone that like you may watch on YouTube, or that you watch, it's someone, it's an author, or it's like, It's someone that you really follow and really get so much inspiration and so much upliftment from. So if you don't recognize this person in your everyday life, it might not also be your reading. It might not be that you recognize who this person actually is. But if you go, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I know who that is. I know how I follow. I know how I listen to. I know that 2 minutes of this person, I'm so elevated. Like, I'm so lifted. I just want to say that because for some of you guys, that comes through as someone that you actually don't know personally. But other than that, this person is someone you really want to have around. This person has figured it out. They got it down. Like they are in victory and success. And it's not like they came from an easy place. I'm not saying that that's wrong or right or bad or good. I'm just saying they know what to do to get from A to B. So if you want to get from A to B, ask them. Like you probably already have. You probably already know them. You do stuff with them. They are such a gorgeous influence. Okay, what do you want to say around these people to Gemini, please? They might even have been like a guiding light for you when you decided that, okay, here's where I want to go. That they've been a guiding light. They've been with you on the path always, shown you like what's possible. Okay, what do you want to say? So this card has quickly become one of my, hold on. Chaos and conflict. So this card has quickly become one of my most beautiful cards. I sort of dread it in the past because it is a situation that is really testing. When the chaos and conflict card comes out, it is talking about like it's not an easy breezy thing. It is something that truly has reached its core, its bottom. It's time for true change when this shows up. But the way that it has shown up lately is in the most beautiful way, in the most beautiful explanatory way, because it's like it's just over and over again showing that when there's stuff that we want to reach, we want to get to a place, and there's just things not working, that we really have to get to the bottom of things. And sometimes, you know, tower moments need to change things for ourselves, and like tower moments need to happen so that we actually start the change, right? There needs to be some sort of interaction. There needs to be a happening of some sort, or we won't. We want to change, but we just won't go there because we're creatures of habit and we're a little bit lazy and we're a little bit afraid to get out of our comfort zone. Maybe not you so much, Gemini, because you are a tester. Like you try new things, you like new things, generally speaking. But still, if this is like you really getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of a routine or something that really feels homey to you, it might be difficult for you to just really step out of it. And you probably needed to get something way down to the ground, way down into the dirt before you made that decision, right? So it's just, again, saying, and this is coming up for the both of you, you and this person, that you have started from a place where if people look at you now, if I was a viewer, if I was your audience and I was looking both at you and the person that you're dealing with, I would say both, probably looking from the outside, I would say probably both of your lives are like, wow, look at you. But you didn't just end up there by chance. You have worked your little behinds off to be where you're at. And I don't mean necessarily 60-hour work weeks, you know, I mean, you worked on yourself. You really have made the effort to make these changes. So it hasn't come easy. And this is called time for a nap. And the energy I get around this is that because there's a fox, Look at that. There's a fox, a little fox resting there in the crescent moon. And again, 24 adds up. And oh my goodness, I never add these up, but since we already have 3 sixes on the table, do we have any sixes on Gemini side? No. 33, we never mix them because 33 is a master number, so it stays intact. But because of the number of 3 sixes, 24 that adds up to a 6 and 33 adds up to a 6. Like there's so much love and harmony going on here that sits underneath it all. So however it looks or have looked or have been playing out, that it does not look like love or harmony, that's been the end goal. That's been the end journey at all times. That hasn't changed ever. I see this little fox here on this moon, and it's almost like it's saying, okay, so you're going to start to receive a lot of changes and a lot of input, a lot of support, and maybe even like, because this is for this person as well, maybe even like, what is it called? Precognitive? Like, when you see things, when you know things that are going to happen in the future, that you'll start to receive these things in your dreams, like have really vivid dreams, and they're clever dreams. The fox to me speaks about cleverness, figure things out, figuring your own path out. Maybe you have like questions in your day and then you go sleep and there it is. The answer is just right there in your dream state. So pay attention to your dreams, Gemini. This is it's like a pathway for spirit to deliver a lot of messages to you at this time. Okay? This is what I have for you. I hope this is helpful. I am so intrigued by this energy. This is like, I don't know who this is, but it's a phenomenal energy. You're phenomenal as well, Gemini. This is just sitting a little bit higher. This is a phenomenal energy. They really have figured it out. Like I said, they know stuff. They know people. They go places. We all do. We're all beautiful beings. This is a little bit more of a beautiful being. Okay. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. And please give it a thumbs up if you like this way of reading. I highly appreciate if you give me some feedback on that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope it's helpful. Hope that it resonates with you in some way. Take care.